Welcome to eCurve. My name is Laura Mbata and I'm your host right here, ready and direct just to dish out some things that people never actually asked for. But I'm joined by a very fantastic panel, and one of them is Mr. Events himself.
You know what? It's always a pleasure to be around you guys. I feel so warm. You know, all this beauty and all you guys. Whoever is jealous, Shauriako. You know what? I'm Steven Smendo and they call me the king of pops.
Yes.
We're here to have fun with the events, eCurve events, of course.
And of course, a very beautiful, talented. You've seen her on multiple platforms. You stalk her, in fact. Joanne Melly.
Hi guys, how has your week been?
Fantastic.
Nice
You
to
made
see
it
you
just
again.
much better by being here.
I mean,
Thank you so much for giving us your
gracing
time.
me with
We love you here. Excuse me, what do you mean?
We love you home.
This is home.
Home.
Yeah.
And all right, we're kicking things off with T-Buzz, where we get into the most trending topics of the week. So a lot of us joined TikTok during COVID, where we were staying entertained, learning new recipes, and of course dancing like, you know, whatever
I'm
moves.
a savage.
If you, we were learning routines because it's the only thing we could do, and it did serve a purpose, and it still does. People have managed to make incomes, people have managed to build careers off the platform, and it has been fantastic to watch. But here comes information that your data is not as private as it may seem. So that begs the question, should something be done about social media? Should they actually ban TikTok in most countries?
I don't think that is necessary.
I was about to jump in and first ask Laura, how much of that do you have online? I personally joined that when COVID was here with us, basically because everybody was doing it. But I'm not so active, for example. So I don't know if I have much to be afraid of. And it's just for the fans now.
I mean, I really enjoy TikTok. It's such a fast form of consuming what can I say, content, yeah. So I like it, and also it helps influencers and content creators to really take up the space, because it has been hard for influencers to grow in other social media platforms. And you see, with TikTok, it doesn't have a formula. You see, with Instagram, we have an aesthetic. With Twitter, you have to be very... It's either you're conservative or you're on the other extreme end. And then TikTok comes and you can just do whatever.
A breath of fresh air.
It's just something lovely.
Somebody thought it's just a place where girls dance.
You see, that depends on the videos that you've been consuming. It all depends on what you take.
But I like what you're saying, because that kind of, you know, separates the dangers of, oh my God, my data is out there. It's not all about it's serious information being put out there. Sometimes it's just for fun. So then you get the point where it's, you also as a person need to be careful of how much information you're putting out there as a journalist, as those people,
influencers and everything.
You
remember
deal
there was
with
a time
information.
Facebook had the same issue, and even I've forgotten the name of the Facebook guy, but he was
Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. He was still having the same process with the TikTok people, and it's just because they were not limiting how much data they're taking from people. So I like the step that they're taking, because now they're being questioned as to why you guys taking people's data just like that without their you know, people don't know that. And also I think we as consumers of these platforms, we need to be very careful with whatever we take in. So read through the policies. We don't do that. I personally don't do that. So once you hear people are taking your data,
you have like 9 pages, 16 pages of policy stuff.
Yeah,
and you're just thinking those small letters and all that.
Accept, you know,
like I'm just going there to dance. You think I'm reading 16 pages?
What?
Come on now.
But then also I think it's not so crazy, because we don't put such info in crazy details like your bank details and whatnot, because we're really not purchasing anything.
But the thing about data is that...
And now they are, when you're purchasing lions and stuff.
The thing about data is how it's interconnected.
Careful.
I mean, when you're there, you, for example, have all that. They know who are your friends. They know which other, you know, emails you'd be having and accounts you'd be having. So there's a way that anybody who's really looking to siphon into your information, they have a way to look for it through that little entry point.
I mean, the point is with technology and social media in general, you just have to be very careful. You know, gauge the amount of stuff you want out there. And if you also don't care, I don't really think you're bothered by this. So I think it's just for very certain people. And if it is that sensitive, then you probably shouldn't be on such platforms.
Yeah, you should.
Are you worried yourself?
No, I'm not. I'm easy. I don't have anything. Yeah.
But there's
I'm
people
good.
who are worried out there because people are actually buying the blue verification mark on Twitter. Would any of you buy the blue verification mark, check mark?
On Twitter, if I hit 50K followers, then I will.
I like
that
that.
is the only
It's
thing
about
I would-
business.
I mean, it look like a thing for, you know, who is who. I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't have so much there to protect and say, well, I don't need to verify myself and all that, and I'm just having fun in this space, why buy the damn thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, also, I haven't had a problem with pseudo accounts and all that. So
Yeah.
if I was having such an issue, I would go the extra mile. But again, I don't feel like bending my back to give these people $14. I don't want to do that.
Is it
you know.
$14 a month? I think it's a month.
Thereabout.
That's a lot of money.
It
Yeah,
is
but we
a
can
lot of
confirm
money.
that.
Will I buy
Anyway, even if it was
sugar
$1
or will
a
I
month.
pay for the verification
Right?
tick? I mean, no. I'm not gonna do that.
Exactly. It's never
Yeah.
that serious. But I understand for your own validation. If you're just doing it, you know, to
Yeah.
take a piss on everybody, that's fine. But then again, what value does it add to you? Getting
Yeah.
the blue verification mark. And it happens that so many people have actually got it and they've made millions. Millions if
I
not
really
billions.
don't feel like giving Elon more money. He's really
This man
what
is
do you
going to
need it
space for fun.
What do you need it for?
I
don't-
think there's a difference between you giving him the money and what this thing does to you. I mean, some of those guys, like, let's say top celebrities and all that, they would use these accounts to make money. We all know that.
Yeah, true.
They would use their accounts to make a promotion of something or
Yeah.
say something about a product or something. So that makes them a lot of money. But when you're seated somewhere down low and, you know, thinking about all that, probably you don't need that. And that's why everybody is complaining now. If I just need to verify myself and say, use me as Laura and second name, her second name,
Yeah.
and I can buy that, then what does that leave me with as a person who owns that account end of the day?
I liked it when they were handing it over to people who actually deserve it. Like, okay, don't really deserve per se, but they have status or name.
Right.
Because like journalists, they need that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When it comes to communication, credibility. You know, you can just say said it, alafu. It looks like you're the one who said it, and it's not you, it's just someone else.
Yeah.
So with the miscommunication part, I get it, but also they're taking it away from the people who've actually been in the space before. Like
Right.
Larry was saying, he's had his for over 8 years,
Yes.
and now they're taking it for him to now pay for subscription for it. It doesn't make sense.
Actually, I was just reading, I was down his account. It says, even if I pay $8 to remain verified, everybody else can also add my name
Yeah.
to theirs. Then they're still the same person.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
the same person.
I mean, with the way social media is, it's a very big thing. It's a very big
Yeah.
space. There's a lot of money to be made. I understand how everyone is trying to get a piece of the cake, but you know, red, blue, green flags, the one Anerlisa
Flags.
would preferably like you to avoid are
Colours.
red
Red
flags. And I do not think you can successfully avoid all red flags.
Yeah.
So my tip would be just come up with your non-negotiables.
What are red flags? What are red flags? in the
Red
real
flags are
sense?
depends. Like
Yeah.
we like you said earlier, Joanne, they're very personal.
Yeah.
So my red flags could be green flags to someone else,
Wow.
or
It's true.
a non-issue to other people. So
Yeah.
those are things that you can't really dictate to a person.
But I mean, when you're missing the social cues,
Yes.
that's when it's you side eye, you know.
Yeah, and I'm asking this because now, for example, when Anerlisa says you can be able to see some of these red flags the first few weeks or few days and so just thinking, so what are these red flags? Are we in a relationship? We just began and this is the first week or so. So what are those things that I can see from my friend, partner, or whatever it would be
Yeah.
around the same
I
thing?
think the same thing I was saying, like just the normal courtesy,
Social cues,
cues and everything. If you miss that, that's a red flag because then how are we supposed to relate with one
Exactly.
another?
The
Unless there are two people who lack social cues, they're just like, yay, team, let's
You
go.
know what, I'm saying this and I'm saying this from a man's perspective.
Yeah.
Because a man who wants something, say a lady and is determined to go the whole hog to get himself there, sometimes they would try to fake things.
Of course.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
of
I think
course-
even women do the same.
I've done it a couple of times. I've been a walking red flag, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I really have no shame. Listen, you know, everyone has a goal, and I've been, you know, I've hidden some parts of me, and then you know, probably came
I think
out.
everybody tries to hide something. at some
Everyone
point.
does.
Yeah.
But did I do it intentionally? Yes.
Yes.
So I'm guilty. But most of the time, red flags tend to show up as unhealed trauma, things
Yeah.
people aren't aware they're dealing with. So I just feel like you should not avoid the red flags,
Well.
like be wary of them, but be able to move out of situations.
Yeah, know when it's enough.
Exactly.
Know when it's enough
Know when
and
it's
No,
enough.
because
and
what you're
be
saying is
prepared
the
to
other
leave.
problem now, because you see red flags now, and you decide, well, this person will change, or this situation will change and some point, and that's why you go to those areas and places where you differ,
But do you
you
believe
have
you can change
molested and all
someone?
that.
I don't think so. I don't think you can change someone.
No.
It's such a personal thing for someone
Yes.
to want to change. It's because they feel like they want to do it. Because if you tell me to do something and I
No,
don't want to do it,
absolutely not.
I'm not gonna do it. You might bring heaven, earth, and I just feel I'm comfortable in whatever space I'm in, and I feel like this is right to me. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stand in my truth.
Men promise to bring everything down until they bring their own
They've-
other characters.
They've been
And I-
promised the moon, but
I
I'm still
changed.
not
I agree
seeing
with
it,
that.
though.
Men do promise to bring everything down, and Samido is doing just that with these two ladies, guys. It's not even funny.
Let's unpack.
It's not even funny.
Well,
I even know where to start because.
At least we know there are two.
But let's get something clear. There's only one person enjoying this relation. That is Samido. Have you ever seen a sad picture of him? He's always happy, always singing, always dancing.
I mean,
whether
he
people
has
are
two
fighting.
ladies.
What could go wrong?
What could go
But
wrong?
these two ladies,
Yeah.
there's just something.
Is
It's
it?
just something. And here's the thing: men like to argue that African men are polygamous, or parents are the same way, or
Yeah.
great grandparents are the same way. But are you guys not looking at this in the sense of they were happy? And I'm
Yeah.
okay with saying that men were polygamous or are polygamous.
Yeah.
But these women are not happy.
Oh,
They're
who said they're not happy? I mean,
They're fighting in
Samido
Dubai.
drama is not
Yeah.
bad
But,
when you just
it's
have
not
a
bad to fight
relationship.
in Dubai. Like you're in Dubai.
Well,
still.
you can fight in Kenya, but you don't take it out there, But
You could be fighting in worse places. So you'd rather be in Dubai.
no, but that's an embarrassing thing. Because I mean, for me, one of the things that I usually do, if I look back, I usually make sure that I don't look bad in whatever situation I'm in, because character.
Yes.
So as I told you guys, anyone who makes you act out of character, that's a red flag for
Yes.
sure. That's a red flag. I mean, you keep on doing this back and forth with this person, and nothing is changing because you're at the losing end.
Yes.
He's winning because clearly both of you are standing beside him. You're gonna
But
stay
no,
beside
no,
him.
don't, I don't think you're right to say he's winning. He's winning. They're also winning. I mean, everybody's here for something. Let's face it, as human beings, everybody's here.
Yeah.
I mean, if the wife wasn't staying on it,
Yeah.
I mean, those are the red flags we're talking about. For example, she came, found them there. She went on, they got a kid, another one, they're traveling the world.
Yeah.
She said, I respect your space and I respect mine. I mean, end of the day, you just think, so why would we be in this, all of us?
Yeah.
And that's probably the
But,
story we will never know
I mean, the
from these
thing
guys.
is, if one party is not happy with this, and that's the wife, she's not happy with this situation, why isn't the other party respecting her decision? Because why would you go ahead and deal with someone, yet he's already tied down with someone
I
else?
think that should come from the man. If the man is still tagging along.
It should be because he's the one who's married, but
Right.
still, she knows there's someone else, and
Right.
she's not happy about it. So, but I don't want to act like a
I
saint.
personally would not. I mean, look at me snitching on myself on TV. I've been in certain situations where, you're the side, but I'd never want to be, now that I know better,
Yeah.
I'd never want to be with a man who is clearly making the first girlfriend miserable and think that I'll get the better end of
That's
the
the
steak.
thing.
It's the same steak.
Whatever is done to this person is gonna happen to you. You're next.
And we
Tag
are-
your wrist.
Exactly. And as these two women should be walking out of this relationship, we are taking a short break. We'll be right back. Same thing they're doing.